Hello and welcome. In this video, I'll show you start to finish the process of making this leafy pattern, and I'll also share what I learned along the way. So I started off by laying a flat wash of Cobalt Blue and waited for it to dry. After it dried, I used three colors: Viridian, Emerald, and Yellow Ochre. And I used these three colors in order to make the leaves and the vines. I didn't have any precise plan on when to switch the colors. I just wanted to switch it up and add some variety to the colors of the leaves. I especially like the yellow leaf that's at the top right, and I feel that in the rest of the leaves, even though there is a variation of color, I would have liked for the variation of color to be more distinct, like in that leaf over there. I also think that I was rushing a little bit, so the place where the leaves connect to the vine isn't as delicate. I would have liked to do this again, but to create a more delicate connection between the leaf and the vine. I wanted to add some red to the background, so I started adding some dots, and I wasn't sure whether the dots would cover the whole background or just some of it. And as I was working, I decided that they would cover the whole background, but they would be more dense at the bottom and more sparse at the top. And I knew I wanted to add some lines or detail to the leaves, but I wasn't sure with which color. And I remembered I had a FineTec gold watercolor, and I thought it would be a great time to try it out. I've used gold markers and gold acrylic in the past and gold pens, and there's nothing like this FineTec. I heard amazing things about FineTec, but I was still blown away when I tried it out. It's amazingly opaque, so even if you put just a small amount, it's going to be opaque. You don't have to layer it on very thick. I think I layered on gold on the leaves a bit too thick, so they're not as elegant as I'd like them to look. So next time I use the FineTec gold, I'd like to take more trouble in making the lines a bit more delicate, maybe use a finer brush, maybe rather than working on the surface of the little golden palette, I would take some of the gold watercolor out so it would have a uniform consistency, because when you work directly from the gold, you have the water on the surface and you have the very dry gold at the bottom. So you can't control very easily how thick the mixture of water and gold is. And especially since this was my first time ever using it, I especially had very little control. But that's what's so great about experimentation. If I looked at this drawing as something I didn't want to mess up, it would be much harder for me to just go for it and try and learn. So I'm really happy I learned all these things from this experimentation. FineTec gold comes in several shades of gold, and this is Arabic gold. I would say it's a yellowish and slightly greenish gold. If I could choose again, I'd probably get a more reddish copper gold or maybe a whiter gold. I hope you enjoyed this video and learned from it. If you have any comments, I'd be happy to read them. Leave them down below. If you haven't yet subscribed to my channel, please consider doing so, and I will see you next time.